What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of TV. We're standing in the jungle right now, as you can tell by the background, but we're going to talk NFL, specifically the AFC West. Let's start off with the San Diego Chargers. Last season, they went 13-3. They lost in the divisional playoff game to the New York Jets 17-14. Now, one of the major issues that the Chargers had last year is they could not run the ball on the ground. Thus forth, they got rid of LaDainian Tomlinson, and they inserted Ryan Matthews, rookie running back out of Fresno State. Early reports are that he's killing it in training camp, and he's really having a good time, and he's really getting himself acclimated to how to run in the NFL. That's good because the Chargers had the 31st ranked rush attack in the NFL. Now, you know me, I always like to give you the keys that I feel that might be important to the team making it to the championship next year. To me, the Chargers, they always start off slow in September and October, and they always go undefeated in December. So I think, to me, it's all about mental toughness. They got to start off the season thinking that it's December, and you never know. They might wind up doing the Patriots and going undefeated. It's saying that they need to be mentally tough as well as working on that rush attack. Because we all know, offense wins games, defense wins championships, but a rush attack breaks backs. Next up, the Denver Broncos. Now, they didn't qualify for the playoffs last year because they came in at 8-8. But in saying that, they were a fun team and a team that had a lot of exciting players. Granted, they got rid of one of those in Brandon Marshall, but they added Tim Tebow. Now, in saying that, with Tim Tebow, he brings a lot, and he brings a lot to the table in terms of his experience winning, his experience in terms of doing things that are spectacular on the field, and what he did in the spread offense. Now, let me tell you something. The key to me and the Denver Broncos is this. They're an enigma. I mean, you got Tim Tebow, so you're going to run a spread offense? And then you got Noshawn Moreno, so you don't even know what type of back he is fully. Granted, they lost Elvis Dumervil, the 18 sacks, 17, I don't even know, but I know he led the league in sacks last year, outside linebacker. But what I can tell you is that they're going to have somebody to step in, step up, and get the job done. So for them, it's all about the excitement on offense and the steadiness on defense. Coming in third, we have the Raiders, who were 5-11. Obviously, they didn't make the playoffs last year, but that was because they had such inconsistent play at the quarterback position. But they do have a lot of players that can play. Lewis Murphy could play wide receiver. They have Jason Campbell to play quarterback. He's good. And they also have Ronaldo McClain, they drafted out of Alabama. And they also have Nnamdi Asomugha, who could be considered one of the 1 or 2 top corners in the league. So when saying that, they have a lot of players that could play and a lot of players that really need to make plays. What they really need is just steadiness at the quarterback position and everybody playing up to their potential. Because in saying that, I feel that's the key that the Raiders could use to actually, maybe, you never know, unseating San Diego Chargers. Bringing up the rear, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, who went 4-12. So I don't even need to tell you that they didn't even qualify for the playoffs. But I will tell you this. Charlie Weiss, offensive coordinator. Romeo Crennel, defensive coordinator. Scott Pioli, GM. 3 guys that have 3 things in common. They were the, how should I say, pillars to the New England Patriots era in which they were winning Super Bowls. Now, I can't say that it's going to happen next year, but let's all remember those years when the Patriots were at the bottom of the AFC East, and look at where they are now. I'm not saying it's going to happen next year, but it's going to be a step-by-step process. The key is, for those players that are on the team now, get acclimated quickly, because the slower you take to learn, the faster your bus will be to get you home. Now, I don't know how long the process is going to take, but I'll tell you this much. Losing isn't an option. That's all I have for you in this episode. TV.